Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. I am just on here giving you an update on your program for sweat for next week. Before I do that though, just a quick reminder, we have got this week's sweat programming, one more week after that where it's going to be deload week in S and C, and then the week after that is going to be our test week both in strength and conditioning, so in your classic CrossFit classes, and then we're also going to have a benchmark week for sweat as well where we're going to be retesting some of the classic sweat marathon workouts that have been on the go for a while, and then also some of the newer endurance ones that came up during this program. So 2 weeks, and then that'll be starting. For this week, on Monday, we have a repeat workout, so Sweat Marathon 29. This has got a break in the middle, so you've got 20 minutes to complete a certain amount of work on both sides, and you got to go straight through with this. So you got to complete a big block of running or rowing to start, then some skiing in the middle, in between your rows. On the first side, and then some rowing in between your running on the second side. The idea here is that you're going to find a pace that you're comfortable maintaining, and that you're going to be able to try and stick to that steady pace for the guts of the 20 minutes on either side. On Tuesday, we have our Hyrox Prep Tuesday, a slightly different format here. We've got 10 4-minute blocks. So it's going to be 40 minutes of work with the rest built in. And your score is going to be your max distance completed on each of those sections. So you got to note down what you either run or row or lunge in your minute off. So you've got 3 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, and in that time you can write down what your score is. What I would say is going into this, if you have been doing your hierarchs classes, or if you are familiar with pacing, try and have a target in mind for each of those sections. So on the run, if you're used to holding a 6-minute pace on your run, then maybe you should be targeting 500 meters on each of those, and maybe a little bit more. Obviously, if you're going a bit faster, then you might be pushing up towards that 750 800-meter mark on your run, and then obviously different distances on your row, depending on the pace that you're holding. But go in there with a few targets in mind. On Wednesday, we have got our time trial on the erg. So this is the third time we've done this with a different erg. It's going to be our ski erg time trial. There's a 44-minute cap to get 5,000 meters done on your ski. Catch here is that every 4 minutes on the minute, you've got to do 1,000 meters if you're a lad on the bike, or 800 meters if you're a lady. And yeah, we've done this before the opposite way around, with the bike as our target distance, with the ski being the work we have to complete every 4 minutes on the minute. And I think what most people took from that was that there's a lot of skiing in the bike time trial. So in this one, even though it is the skiing or time trial, there's going to be a lot of biking in this once you get through that first 4-minute block. So that should be a bit of fun. On Thursday, then, as usual, we've got our sweat and stretch. So this is a nice one for resetting if you've had a tough week, if you want to stretch it out, or just take it a little bit easier. We've got some dynamic stretching and foam rolling at the start, and then we've got 4 5-minute blocks in the middle where we're going to go for max cals on our runner and bike, alternating between the two up until that 30-minute mark. And then we're going to do a nice little 10 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes of cool down stretching and foam rolling to finish. On Friday, we have another interval workout for our Friday sprintables, 20 minutes on each side, and we're going to have an increasing ladder on our run for the first side. So you're going to go up in 200 meters, right up until the 800-meter mark, and then all the way back down to your starting 200. In between that, you're going to have a 100-meter sprint on your run. So you'll be going at an easy pace for those bigger blocks, and then pick it up for your sprint. Same on the opposite side, except we're going to be going on a bike, and then we're going to be obviously doubling the distance, so going up in 400-meter blocks. Finally, on Saturday, we've got a new one. So how low can you go? We have set a very high target in terms of calories, so 720 in total. And the idea is to see how low can you go on that scale. So we've got all the way from 110 calories alternating between your bike and your row down to the 10 calories. So that's going to be a tough one to complete. If you don't get there, just note whatever round you get into, and if you do, fair play.